Hello, how's everyone doing? Welcome back to my study, and thank you for joining me for another fabulous February knitting challenge day. How's everyone doing? Hey B, how's it going? How's life? So, hey Vienna, how are you doing? Yeah, I am too. I actually undid my first repeat of the sock because I didn't like my tension. So I'm now redoing the first repeat of the Sock for Sock Madness. But I do really like the pattern. So the pattern's called Newspaper, and the colors that the designer chose were white, black, and red. And it literally kind of plays on the saying of what's um, white and black with red all over. So it's pretty cool. And it does give like a bit of like newspaper feel, but along with like almost like a, what is it called, Celtic plaiting. Any tips for making socks? Tension. Be careful about your tension. And have the correct number of stitches along the circumference for the circumference of your foot. And you want to make sure it stretches over your heel. But yeah, just measure your foot, make sure that your gauge is pretty on point. Yes, negative ease is important. Socks will stretch. Um, I actually really enjoy knitting socks. There's something like really satisfying with how fast they can knit up. So they're one of my favorite things to do when I'm feeling a little low on knit mojo or crafting mojo. So yeah, good option. I am going to try and crochet a pair of socks though and see how that goes. I do not guarantee that it will be good, bad, or otherwise, but who knows? Maybe I'll be surprised by some of the patterns out there that are for crocheted socks. Yeah. And there are some interesting patterns out there for funky sock construction. So there's actually a sock pattern where it's done flat and then sewn together. So also something to consider when you're choosing a sock pattern is what is the construction. But yeah, there are some interesting sock patterns out there. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm liking my tension on the sock this time way better. The colors that I chose were like a black purple. It's not as light colored as my computer is making it seem. White with red speckles, and then a gold. There we go. Oh, there we go. So the gold is from Val Fibers. It's her High Five Lurex. And then this is from Log House Cottage Yarns. I don't think they're around anymore. This was one of my first gifted hand-dyed skeins of yarn from my friend Jen. And then this one was hand-dyed, one of a kind, for a yarn store that is now closed in Cape Breton that was called Morath's Yarn and Crafts. And it's on a wool nylon blend, apparently, but it doesn't really feel like there's any nylon in it. It just feels like it's wool. But the label said that there was nylon in it, so I'll take their word for it. Either way, it's turning out to be pretty nice. There are some light shades of the gray, black, purple that make it less predominant, but I also have realized I don't really own much sock yarn, that solid color. Like a lot of my sock yarn is either variegated, color changing, or speckled. So I'm like, all right, well, gotta work with what I got because it's what I got. But I think it's gonna turn out all right. But I'm much happier with my ease this time around. Like before, it just seemed too all over the place. And I'm like, even blocking it wouldn't really fix it. I also started pretty late last night. B, are you doing the continental style for the stranded color work to help with your tension, or are you two-handing it? I do like that they're giving us like 14 days for the qualifying round, especially since they launched it on okay, yeah, that works. English styling is good. I find that really useful when you do 3 colors for sure. Um, but yeah, it's kind of nice that they're giving us about 14 days for the qualifying round, considering they launched the qualifying round on a long weekend. So that's kind of cool. Your tension's not that bad. I've seen your tension. Your tension's pretty good in general. How many needles would you need? 4 to 5 needles. It depends on if you prefer the triangle, which like I do, or if you prefer more square. Sometimes it also depends on the pattern. Sometimes 4 needles is just needed, depending on how the pattern's done. But a minimum of 4 needles. Yeah, they did not care. They were live long weekend. We're just gonna start it anyways. It's like, get on board or get out. But I wonder if they're also using the qualifying round to kind of see how long it takes each person, and then that's how they'll group us off into teams. Because I still have no idea what team I'm on, so I'm assuming they're using the qualifying round to kind of gauge where to put people. But I could be super wrong. I could be very wrong. But yeah, so if no one knows what Sock Madness is a yearly event where people on Ravelry sign a Google form saying, yes, I will do the madness of making like 7 pairs of socks in a month. But the nice thing is that you are grouped off into teams based off of your speed, and you're only competing against people that are in your group that are of similar speed before you go and compete against the other groups. So it really levels out the playing field, being teamed off and having to compete against your teammates before competing against other people of a faster or slower pace. So it's nice that way. But I'm just intrigued by the patterns. Like, I saw some of the patterns that came out last year, and they were super fun. So I'm just excited to be taking part and playing with the patterns. Like, I'm actually really pumped about this one, and it's probably why I care so much about my tension. Normally, I would just be like, the blocking will fix it. But no, I actually kind of care this time. Go figure. Also, I'm a bit of a perfectionist when it comes to competitions. So if they want it a certain way, I'm going to make it a certain way. If it's just for me and it's not a competition, I could care less. I'll fudge a few things. Oh, so fun fact. Chris and I went for breakfast today. We went to Stacked. It's a franchise breakfast place, kind of like Egg Smart type of deal, but it has some different options that Chris and I really enjoy. But today, I don't know if it's just for today, but today they have any pastry breakfast, so like waffles, pancakes, crepes. If you order one of those, $2 from the order will go to supporting sick kids. Yeah, Stack's. Hi, Gilligan. Stack's pretty good. So I got the strawberry banana cheesecake waffles. Oh my gosh. So it says it's only 1,000 calories, but I am sugared out for the day. Sugared out. No more sugar for me today. I'm sugared out. I'm more of a savory person, but I wanted to support the whole sick kid initiative. And oh my god, like I don't know if my tongue's still blue. Nope, not really, but my tongue was blue because they made the whipped cream the same color as like the sick kids blue. But yeah, sugared out. Usually I get like a spinach and I don't know, spinach and feta sort of omelet or something like that. Like I lean more towards the savory usually, or their hash. Their hash dishes are really good. So it's pretty much just um, they put stuff on top of their home fries, which I'm not against. I highly recommend. There is another place that does something similar. It's a little more bougie. It's called Crepe Castle. Crepe Castle actually brings out their like hash like dishes in a skillet. So it comes out piping hot. Piping hot. Okay, I'm all tangled here. Uh-oh. No, why am I so tangled? Because I was not paying attention when I came upstairs from downstairs. So I am all tangled. Let's untangle, shall we? But yeah. So how far along on your sock are you, B? I know you last time we kind of chatted, you've already done the first repeat and started a second repeat. But I'm assuming you're much further along now. Halfway through third repeat. Oh, nice. I think you only have to do a minimum of 3 repeats. So you'll definitely be on the heel in no time. Yeah, you'll be on the heel in no time for sure. I do like that this color work is only 2 colors for the most part. Because if it was 3 colors straight out of the gate, that'd be a lot. And the sample colors, it does look so good. It really does. The designer did a really good job with these ones from what I can see so far. And I checked out some of the conversation on the Ravelry group, and some of the colors that people have chosen are really nice as well. I think one person's doing it with like lime green, bright yellow and bright pink. So that's going to be intense. That is going to be a very in-your-face sock. But hey, some people like that. I know I am sometimes. I love a good, like, in-your-face sock. I also love when people will wear suits and they'll wear a pair of funky socks just so that they can show off the socks. It'll be like a shark eating their leg or something, or it'll be like some fun Argyle diamonds. But I love when people have like the ankle pants but still wear the funky socks to show them off. It's like, yes, show off the underappreciated accessory that we all wear. I'm hit or miss on flip-flops or sandals with socks. Like, I've done it and I get it, but I'm not thrilled by how it looks, but I get it. And I can't really judge. I do it. I've done it when I'm really lazy and I just need to run out for a second. So, yeah, I can't really say anything. I did purl that correct? Yes. Yes. Okay, good. There was one person who had a few colors that didn't seem very contrasty, so I don't know how that's going to go over. It was just pretty much like 3 similar shades of gray. So I hope it works out for them. Because it would suck to get through even like one full sock to end up having to do them all over again because there wasn't enough contrast. But even if there's not enough contrast, I don't know if that's really kind of a huge stipulation. I think it's more if you actually completed the technique and the pattern as instructed. So 3 different colors and then obviously completing the chart work. So who knows? I'm not 100% certain what the judging sort of criteria is other than how I'm supposed to provide the photos. The judges got to be able to tell. Yes, they do have to be able to tell what you completed. Yeah, that's 100% true. Yeah. So here's to hoping for that individual. 1, 2. Also, I'm just excited about at the end of this, I'll have some new funky pairs of socks that I would not have probably considered doing if I wasn't doing this competition. So I'm actually more pumped about that than anything. I'm going to have some fun, funky socks. Woo! As long as they don't make me do large pairs and they allow me to do my size, which is technically the medium. And who knows, maybe I will get some like pointers in a way from doing this on how I can better write my own sock patterns in the future. So that'll be nice. That'll be very nice. What did I just do by trying to be lazy? Don't be lazy, Catherine, just... Oh, also good news. And something for me to consider moving forward. The class for today, the crocheting class, has sold out. So that is excellent news and definitely something for me to keep in mind. That apparently workshops on Family Day or classes on Family Day sell well. So definitely keeping that in mind. Yeah, I'm preferring my tension this time around way better. I think it's because I was doing it so late last night that my tension was just like, woo, you should go to bed. But yeah. And it's so nice out today. We took the boys for a long walk. It was an excellent walk. They really had a good time. They really enjoyed themselves. Zeus is getting up in age and his back leg does sometimes give out on him, so it did kind of buckle 2 times or so on the walk today. So we got to build back up his stamina. But he's so happy to be out that he doesn't even really notice. He's like, yeah, no, it's okay. All good. My leg just, yeah, no, we're good. Keep going. Such a good boy that way. But it always kind of pains me to see certain things that indicate his age where I think he's still a pup. He's my baby. Yeah, he's my baby. Okay. Yay. Much better tension. Now hopefully it actually fits over my foot. Because it looks like good tension on my needles, but it might be too tight. Who knows? Here's to hoping that I haven't just screwed myself again. And then when I'm done this repeat, I'll show you how my colors look together. You can let me know if I'm absolutely batshit crazy for doing it in this style or not. But yeah, I did not realize I don't have many colors in solids for fingering weight. Go figure. But yeah, that's something else that I kind of want to try and do is have one project always on the go that includes yarn from my previous stash before owning the shop. Because I would like to get my older stash out because it's not yarn that I really care for. It's yarn from when I hadn't really been exposed to hand dyed or luxury skeins of yarn. So a lot of it's like Michael's, acrylic wool blends, which there's nothing wrong with acrylic wool blends. It's just not my preference. So yeah, it'd be nice to kind of get some of that yarn out of the way. Okay, wrap to bring that up. So I'm never really good at the whole bringing up another color up the side by wrapping it around the other yarns. For some reason, I always feel like I'm wrapping it in a way that it's still visible, even though it probably isn't. That's probably just me in my head. Yeah, just probably me in my mind. But yeah, what have you been up to this long weekend? Get up to anything fun? Mm, 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 mm. Procrastinating a paper mostly. Okay, so I guess that's technically fun. Uh, I don't know, in some ways I think I might have preferred that. So I know I can apparently talk your ear off on a computer, but I ended up seeing my family on the weekend. Yesterday, actually, we went to the Mandarin, and I just felt so awkward. Like, awkward, awkward, awkward. It's my dad's side of the family, and we don't really talk too much with them, so I didn't really know much about what's going on in their life or if certain ways in which I behave with my other cousins, which is kind of like in a juvenile way, will be okay. So it just kind of felt like weird. So I'd take procrastinating on your paper over the lunch I had yesterday. Still had a good time, but for about an hour or two after the lunch, I was like, oh, what if I offended someone? What if, like, they thought I was obnoxious? And I hate having that, like, after a social event sort of anxiety of, I don't know, it's not like buyer's remorse, but it's like socialization remorse, if that's a thing. But yeah, it was an interesting outing. But my parents paid for our lunch, which was really, really sweet of them. And then they gave us some cheese, like fancy cheese, that they had bought for themselves, but it was a lot of fancy cheese. So they gave us what they thought that they probably couldn't be able to eat all of it of. And now Chris refers to cheese as boob cheese because that's technically where milk comes from, is from a tit. So he now refers to cheese as boob cheese. He's so mature for a 43-year-old. Or 42-year-old, 42-year-old. So mature. But he's not wrong. Yeah, so just me and my anxiety. Post socialization anxiety. What up? Actually caring about what people think of you. Oh, one of my family members, they're of mixed race. They are probably going to Minneapolis, Minnesota. And they are going for a soccer competition. The youngest kid is super into soccer, super good at it, like very talented. And if he sticks to how hard he's working, he'll go far. But there's a tournament in Minnesota, and Americans aren't even really, like, at least there, ICE isn't even really only segregating or targeting those that are not white. There are also targeting those that are just not American. So thankfully, I know someone who has family there, and I've asked if they'd be okay with me giving them their information in case they come into any trouble. But who knows? They might not end up going. The team or the league is still contemplating on if it's safe to take the kids. But either way, I've done what I can to make sure that my family's safe going to the States. But it's all kind of unreal. Like, I wouldn't have ever pictured that I would have to be worried about my family members going to the States or my family members that do live in the States. Because we do have apparently a few family members in Ohio. But yeah. Crazy time we live in. But yeah, just I hope they're safe. I don't remember what days exactly they're going. They're going sometime in March, I believe. But yeah, crazy time. 2, 3, 4. Crazy time. So I'm gonna try and stick around until I'm done this repeat. So I'm actually gonna try and focus a little so that I can show you how it looks before I sign off. Or I could always just show you tomorrow. But I'm excited to at least show you the repeat. And it'll be nice to be back to where I was before I had to frog everything. Well, I didn't have to. It was just me being particular. So that's on me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that was just me being particular. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it doesn't usually take me this long to get through this many repeats, but I guess I'm a little distracted when talking. But it's okay. I'll get through this. Or I can just show you what I do have so far. And you can let me know what you think. So, yeah, my color work makes it way less stretchy. And then my ribbing stretches out as far as the foot. So that is, oh, it's a little bright. Can I make it a little darker? But yeah, this is the majority of the first repeat. Sorry about my gross nail polish job. I haven't cleaned them up yet. Yeah, so that's the first half. Yeah. And then here's the other side. Yeah, thank you. All right, well, I will let you guys go, and I'm going to probably continue working on my sock throughout today. Also, I found one of my old progress keepers. It's a cactus. Alrighty, well, enjoy, stay safe, stay warm, stay dry. Have a great family day. Talk to you later. Bye.